Redwood, 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 Redwood. Good morning, LVCP. Today is Wednesday, September 19th. MUN, please attend the meeting tomorrow in Mr. Sharman's room during lunch to prepare for the conference. Also, Debate has their very first meeting this week. If you're interested, please come to the Student Lounge right after school on Friday. Please support our cross-country team for their meet at Redwood Regional Park today at 4. Tomorrow, there is a football game at Doherty Valley from 4 to 6, and soccer has a game at Oakland Military Institute from 4 to 6. Volleyball has a game at LVCP from 4 to 6. Go Hawks! Juniors, if you're interested in joining prom committee, please attend the meeting in room 18 at lunch on Friday. LVCP, please remember Picture Day is next Wednesday, the 26th. Any students want to show some school spirit and be our mascot? Well, see Miss Brown in room 18 any day after advisory. On the 28th is LVCP's homecoming. Save the date. Now on to advisory.
Good morning, LVCP. This is Mr. Dean here with you guys with advisory. A couple reminders. First of all, the PSAT. Wow, that's a really underwhelming PSAT down there. But the PSAT is coming up, and you guys should grab your PSAT forms from Mr. Warren. Second thing is, the other day we had our sexual harassment talk, and so just a reminder to those advisors, if you guys haven't done your sexual harassment talk debrief and kind of talked about the different aspects of those things, it would be a great time to do that right after this show, as well as talk about what we're going to talk about, which is, I'm very excited to announce that we have a advisory syllabus now, and so today we're going to be talking about the advisory syllabus 2012. So a couple things about the advisory syllabus is, first of all, that most of all, like a lot of the stuff we're going to be doing, like announcements and stuff like that, is going to be running through the bird call, just like you guys are watching right now. So make sure you guys always pay attention to the bird call, particularly to the announcements and stuff like that. We go to great lengths to make sure that the announcements are accurate and that we're catching all the things that are coming up. So if you guys could make sure that you pay attention to the good old bird call, that'd be mighty, mighty helpful. Okay, so one thing to know about advisory is that is 1 point per day. Okay, so you're graded 1 point per day. Everything is important. Every single thing we do on a daily basis is worth 1 single point. And those things are a variety of different categories, some of which that you guys have already been doing, some of which are going to be new for this year. So one thing is your binder, okay? So your binders need to be neat and clean. Your advisors will tell you about this more in the future. But you'll also need to take care of your planner as well. We'll be doing different varieties of planners this year, and your advisor will give you more information on that. So imagine this. One day we'd be checking binders, you get a point for that. Another day we'd be checking planners, you get a point for that. Another thing is classwork. We happen to do any like forms in the advisory class or something like that. That's when we kind of dip into our classwork thing. Okay. One other point could be a class discussion. If you guys are having a class discussion, maybe it's a debrief from sexual harassment training like you guys might have already done or will be doing. So that'll be a discussion point. Another thing is if it's a day where we're working on our digital portfolio, that'll be something else that you might need to be aware of. And also we'll have this thing called advisory portfolio. Folks who have been around for previous years are aware of this. It's like a little manila folder that you have like in some place around the classroom, and you stash different things. So there might be different papers that we stash in the advisory portfolio. One other thing that comes up often is career days. So we bring in professionals from a variety of places and professions, because they're professionals. So we might have them bring in, and there's typically a form that we fill out at the very end of career day, and you turn that back into your advisor for a bright, shiny point. And also, one more thing, this one's new for this year, is SSR, Sustained Silent Reading. There'll be certain days which are dedicated to SSR. Your advisor will be having more information about that as we approach our first SSR day. But I would just kind of think in the back of your mind, what would be a book that I would be really, really interested in reading, and kind of think about that. All right, here's kind of the other catch-all. So if we are doing study hall, or something similar, there's a couple things I can recommend to you. First of all, have your laptop. It's very difficult to do study hall or digital work without a laptop. So make sure that you either have a charged laptop or a charger. Really, really important, particularly for the charger, so that you can, work and not have a dead computer. Second of all is be on time. That's a really important one. Obviously, if you're really late to advisory and you're missing bird call, you won't be able to fill in the things on your planner, and that's just kind of like an obvious consequence, but really try to be on time. Last one, stay on task. Okay, so if you guys are doing study hall that day, it's pretty significant that you guys would be to stay on task. And that would mean sitting down, study hall would be sitting down doing your homework, taking care of what you need to take care of, not playing slap and tickle with your neighbor. Okay, and last one, well, I kind of mentioned this earlier, is, if you were to have a discussion in class, that would be something that you'd want to participate in. And so your advisor would make sure, to communicate with you guys about what would be a good discussion participation and what would be something else that, you wouldn't want to do, just like sitting there picking your nose. That would be yucky. All right, last thing, this one's new for this year, is visit an after-school event. That could be a soccer game, it could be a music or drama performance, or basically anything that's kind of like school or community related. And this is 20 points per quarter. So every quarter we would like you guys to attend some sort of after-school event. Since this is the first time you guys are hearing about this, I'm not really going to talk into it a whole great deal. But I will say this, if you do attend a after-school event, first of all, it can't be your event. So if you're already on the soccer team and you're going to a soccer game, well, that's kind of, that one's already done. So you need to go something that would be for something else, something that you'd be going to as a spectator or an audience member. Okay, and some things you would need to kind of prove that you went to this are, first of all, an artifact. This is like a ticket or a program or similar, and you would need both of these things, sorry. You would also need to do a quick little one-paragraph reflection. Now, some of you guys have a very interesting way of writing, which, sometimes paragraphs may not have complete sentences. We would like to have this to be academic writing. So, full sentences, I guess it could be written out or typed. The delivery method is totally up to your advisor on how you turn this in. But just kind of have that on your radar over the next coming weeks. Kind of think about attending an event and then talking with your advisor about how you can get those 20 points. Okay, guys, so I'm going to pitch this off to the advisors. Please have a discussion in your class about how your advisor is going to deal with these different things and stuff like that. So have a wonderful day and go Hawks.